he can guest with us on 2 hours to midnight.
Oh, Poundcake. Who else would you have on? What other bands would you pick for that metal? Not that metal show, but 2 hours to midnight.
Panic at the Disco, Paramore, Avenged Sevenfold, though.
What's your favorite song from them?
Avenged Sevenfold? I think it's called Backcountry.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one I know.
Mm-hmm.
And then System of a Down.
Mm-hmm. Listen, all quality picks, and when we do a Poundcake-centric 2 hours to midnight, let me check my calendar. Oh, I don't know when that can happen, but
oh no!
Listen, it's always good to know.
All booked up.
Good to know where people's heads are in that space. I went to a show last night. I went out on a school night.
Oh, who'd you go see?
Went to see Moontooth at the Foundry. It's a band from Long Island that I didn't even realize was in town, and I'm so grateful to the listener yesterday afternoon who texted me and said, "Hey, are you going to Moontooth?" And I said, I didn't even know they were in town. I don't know if anybody knew they were in town because there were probably about 50 people there.
Who were they opening for?
They were the headliner. So I don't know if this was a routing date for them because I know they are opening a bigger tour, but they did the Foundry last night, so I scooted over there to see them and ran into a lot of people who are big fans of 2 hours to midnight. So it was equal parts me wanting to see that band and a little bit of market research.
50 people?
Yeah, but it was a great show. There were two openers, and then Moontooth, and those guys are great. One of their guitar player was diagnosed with something bad like a year and a half ago, I guess. So they're just kind of getting back out there. But other than that, I think they would, under normal circumstances, I think they would be a much bigger band currently than they are. But anyway, but it was great, and I love the Foundry. That's a great spot. And so, but it was a rare game time decision that I made to go out on a school night. Now, I wasn't out very late, but, I don't do that very often. But that's my commitment to the Northeast Ohio metal community. And so Saturday night, we'll do 2 hours to midnight. Maybe one of these weeks, Poundcake can, listen, anyone can. 2htm@wmms.com. That's the email. Anyone can submit. If I got an email from Poundcake that said, hey, I'm a huge metal fan, please play me some Panic at the Disco.
Or Paramore?
Despite neither of them being metal bands.
Paramore has...
No.
not Brick by Boring Brick?
Nope.
No? Crush, Crush, Crush?
You can keep trying, but it's going to be a swing and a miss. No. There is absolutely no one in the heavy metal community who you would ask, hey, what's your favorite metal band? And they would say, Paramore. Man. I bet if you were to ask Haley, is Paramore a metal band? She'd laugh in your face.
Misery Business is a really good metal song.
It is not a metal song. No.
You hear like the guitar and stuff?
Well, it takes a little bit more than guitar. I mean, there's guitar in every rock band. That doesn't make them heavy metal.
Okay.
Don't sound so defeated. It's okay.
He's just
there's a reason.
Poundcake.
There's a reason you're not hosting the show, and I am. I know whence I speak.
So Evanescence doesn't have one metal song.
I think of Evanescence as a hard rock band. I don't think of them as a heavy metal band. They're definitely a rock band.
Okay.
Definitely a rock band. But again, for somebody with your musical tastes, it's no surprise that you would identify them as a heavy metal band.
They jab you right where you want it. Like when you are ready to hear some like rock music and you just want to wail, like Evanescence will get you.
This is Paramore. This is...
See?
Nothing about this.
You're trying to tell me this isn't metal, Alan?
No metal.
I'm not trying to tell you. I'm telling you unequivocally that
Just wait to the chorus.
is not it. Yes, I've heard the chorus. And
oh, come on. But
why would you have to wait for the chorus to determine whether or not it was a heavy metal song?
I don't.
You said wait. You said wait for the chorus.
I know it's a metal
Because
song.
you're unfamiliar and he wants you to hear it all the way through.
Gotcha.
Whatever makes you break.
Yeah.
Here comes a new Jake C. Get to work. Give him some more, Poundcake.
I got you where I want you now. Whoa, whatever makes you break.
He's just repeating himself there, but that's okay.
Because it feels so good.
La, 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 Poundcake, please keep him off 2 hours to midnight. Don't tell me what to do.
I stumbled onto a new band this morning called James and the Cold Gun.
Okay.
And they're, pretty meat and potatoes rock, but it's good stuff.
Are they
Chewing
related at
glasses.
all to James and the Giant Peach?
He grew up, and now he's past peaches and on to cold guns.
Wow, okay. Well, there you go. I've never heard them.
They're not.
I know James and the Cold Gun is a Kate Bush song. I'm a big Kate Bush fan. I assume they are too. They probably got their name from that song.
Maybe, but it's just good, just straightforward rock.
Yeah, rock and roll.
I love it.
That's the beauty of it, is it takes so many different forms.
Mm-hmm.
None of us won the Powerball because we don't live in California. And if any one of us had, that person would not be here today. For instance, if Mary had won the Powerball,
You want to come to work?
she would be in her house,
Quitting everything.
rocking back and forth in the fetal position. Right.
Nice.
For the fourth time, somebody in California
It seems like California a lot.
won
There's
the
a lot of people
Powerball.
there.
I know, but I hate that.
This was the 36th drawing in the Powerball. Plus, California, you don't pay any state tax. They still take a massive chunk for federal. But California is one of the few states where you don't have to pay any state tax on lottery winnings. So you get to keep a little bit more. I think state tax is probably only like 4 or 5%, but you get to keep a little bit more. This person won $1.76 billion. And I was on a website called lotterypost.com, and boy, these people really drill down. This is a website for people who are going at lottery drawings like a surgeon. Like they're trying to find the ways that...
Patterns.
Yeah. The winning ticket was purchased at a liquor store in Fraser Park, California. That's about an hour north of L.A. And they only take federal taxes out in California, which means that the lump sum will be $774 million. Or they can take payments over 29 years. They can take the annuity.
And how much would that be each year?
Didn't see that. I don't know.
It's like $50 million.
Well, they always tell you. They're like, take the lump sum because it's,
But still, not that $700 million is not a lot of money. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Oh, my God.
But
Let's see where he goes.
$100 millionaire versus being a billionaire, it kind of just drops your status.
Cody, you have like $28.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not a lot of money.
But
there is a difference
But
between
you
being
are a lottery winner, so your status is winner.
If
But
you're
the
just
Powerball is
if
supposed
you're
to be $1 billion.
you're swapping out one consonant for another. I think most people are happy. They're fine with that compromise.
And that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're not happy. I'm not saying he can't live a happy, luxurious
You're
life.
saying
with
billionaire is better than millionaire.
He's saying if he were to win $720 million, he'd be like, but I'm not a billionaire.
Well, you wouldn't be. You're
I'm
right.
saying, like,
He'd be mad about it.
what's the exact amount of money you would have to win in order for it to just be $1 billion flat?
Where do you put that money, too? Like, you can't just put it in your checking account.
No, there's like wealth management services. You have to have special accounts and stuff.
Yeah, you can just be like, all right, let me
And you invest
let me just
some
put
of
this
it.
in my regular old checking account.
PNC doesn't handle that.
Because that is a huge chunk taken out of that. If you like to Poundcake's point, if it's $1.76 billion, why wouldn't you get the flat billion? You'd think that, but who knows? Fraser Park, California. Of course, out there in California, you can stay anonymous. I'm sorry, you can't stay anonymous in California. So we will eventually know who it is. They give you some lead time there.
To scurry.
To scurry around. That's right. And get all of your affairs in order.
I've been spending a lot of time in casinos because apparently I have a gambling problem. But I have learned something important to pass on to you about how to deal with casinos when you're there. Go get $100 in quarters when you arrive, and then go to your room. Lock the door, go to the bathroom and lock the door, and then take the quarters and flush them one by one by one. And the nice thing about that is every so often the toilet will back up and you will feel like a winner.
So there's Lewis Black. Should he win a lot, let's say he got... Now, Lewis, you were not the guy who won the Powerball, correct?
No. No, I don't even come. I will buy 10 tickets, and the number will appear. I'll have one number that will appear on 3 different tickets, just one.
Yeah.
That's how close I come.
But do you play? You know, there are some people who it wouldn't even occur to them to buy a ticket. Like for me, I guess there's no downside to it. It never occurs to me to do that.
What to
go buy a ticket?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if I'm near something, that's the problem is finding a place. I'm on the road, so it's in New York. It's pretty. There are places I know where to go in the neighborhood, but on the road, it's tough, and I'm not going to run around to look for it. But if I fall into it, yeah, I'm going to buy some. Why not? Who cares? The dude in California,
who won, he bought it at a liquor store north of L.A. It's just, it could be anywhere.
Yeah, it's and then did he pick his own numbers? That I always wonder that they never tell you.
I don't know about that
because I always have them. Because it's 10, cards. I always have the machine pick the numbers because I'm not going to sit there and figure out 10 magical cards.
Yeah,
I could beat myself.
We've had countless conversations on this show about gambling and the skill involved versus the chance involved and things like that. Are you a gambling man? Are you a guy that devotes any amount of brain power and skill to that, or no?
No, I mean and it's like if I mean it's the kind of things I like are the ones where you have boxes, and during the Super Bowl, and they give you like it's 7-1, and if the first quarter ends with it being, the team has 17, the other team has 11, let's say, and so it's 7-1. Great.
Sure.
Then but generally, I'm the person who I feel people should call me up. I should run a whole betting thing called Bet Against Me, and I will tell you who I would pick in the game, and chances are it'll be the other team. Mm-hmm. Especially when it comes to dealing, especially with points. I've never been good at it. Part of me is also because as much as I'd like to, to gamble at times, it's like if I make the choice to gamble on a sure bet, chances are, there's a bus crash before the game, and no, it doesn't happen.
So you're leasing yourself out to be a good luck charm for other people.
Right, that's the way it should be. I really should be. That's what I'll be doing during retirement. Lewis Black knows nothing about hockey. Bet against him.
Yeah, sure.
It'll be good. And when I'm in a casino, I like to play craps, but I like to do it with a bunch of friends. It's fun from time to time to play it on my own, but I prefer to play with a bunch of people that I know. Because then it's fun. You're all rooting for the numbers to show up. It's completely nuts.
Lewis Black is coming back to Northeast Ohio. He is here next Friday night, October 20th. He's going to be doing MGM Northfield Park, the center stage. Is this still the Off the Rails tour, Lewis?
Yeah, it is. The show has evolved. It's not the special that I did, so I'm not. It's 95% new. So if you saw me in Cleveland the last time, you're not going to see anything you saw before.
By the way, speaking of gambling, condolences on your Orioles.
Oh yeah, what are you going to do? But I had to look. To me, it was I was just thrilled they were competitive. I mean, It was fun to watch. We were finally in it. I mean, Cleveland has been competitive for a number of years. We weren't even competitive. So this was great. And then and then we ran into it'd be interesting to see if Texas keeps up this. They seem to be on their streak. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And then everybody will go, oh, well, that's why they lost. Because they were playing like crazy people.
I was talking to our buddy Roy Wood Jr. last week, and I was congratulating him on his run over there at the Daily Show. Are you the longest-serving member of the administration over there now?
Yeah, I've been that forever.
Yeah.
There's nobody's ever come close. Nobody's even in the ballpark. You could take 3 people and put them together, and you wouldn't add up to me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's 27 years, 28 years.
You and Kilborn were the first ones through the door over there, probably, right?
Yeah, I was one of the first. Yeah, it was me, Kilborn, AJ, Whitney Brown,
Liz.
and Liz. There was a bunch of them.
So for a topical comic, I've seen you live on a number of occasions, and I've worked with you many years ago. You are expending the energy of the Rolling Stones up there. Most comedians aren't spending 90 minutes with their head ready to explode. Is there, there's got to be a way that you can regularly decompress that way, especially now. For a long time, pre-pandemic, whatever it was, for a long time you could make the case that, things are crazy and here's my take on it. But now, for somebody like you, where things are kind of metastasized in a crazy way, how do you contend with that?
Well, I mean, all I've said is that, basically my job is to be more psychotic than what I see. And now they've really, have pushed me to the limits of my sanity.
Yeah.
And it's also really rough to satirize what's already satiric.
Yes.
These people, it's literally, some of these people are crazy. They're crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how you make something more absurd than the extreme levels of absurdity that exist. I mean, it takes a master of his craft like you to be able to do that.
Well, this whole next 6 months of touring is devoted to finding the key to that, and it really is. That I feel like I'm going to find it in the next month or so, and there's portions of which I've found along the way, and the folks will see it. And I'm very honest about it. I'm going, I'll say something, because a lot of the stuff that I talk about now, I think is already funny, and the audience is depressed by it, and I try to find a way to which to get them to realize, a lot of the stuff that goes on, if you read it in a book, if you read it in a fictional book, you'd be howling. You would go, "This is the funniest thing I've ever read."
And
the
one
fact
day,
that in reality, you don't laugh at it.
One day, it's going to be in history books. It's going to be in nonfiction, documented history books.
Yep.
Lewis,
and it's like, go on.
I was going to say, I saw you when you were in Cleveland last time at Hilarities, and you did such a good job of presenting all the material and just and having original takes on all these crazy things that are happening, which is so hard to do in this day and age because everything is so oversaturated. So that was a breath of fresh air for me to go and watch a comic that has your skill level to have opinions and a nuanced take on all these, different things from, back then you were talking more about pandemic stuff because it was still in that.
Well, and that was the first real shows I did after the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. And it was fantastic.
Thank you. Because I love that. And then I got sick afterwards. That was the funniest. I had literally said, I can go do this. It was like a marathon. It was literally like a guy who runs the mile hasn't run the mile in 2 years and goes, I'm going to run the mile today. So I was going to do a 60-minute show at Hilarities, and I was really great. I love Nick, and I love that club a lot. And I thought that's where I'll go back. I'll go back and work there. And the first night I get on stage and say, I got one show. I do instead of 60, I'm like on there for 75. Then there's a football game afterwards, and it's a great game. I'm up too late and I'm screaming. So then I wake up the next day, I'm completely exhausted because I haven't done this. Then I do 2 shows, and I'm doing way too much time because I'm so excited to see the audience. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it wasn't worth getting sick, but it was really great. And the audiences in Cleveland are great.
Lewis Black is back here in Cleveland. He's at the MGM Northfield Park next Friday. It is the 20th. His latest hour special on YouTube is called Tragically I Need You. That's awesome as well. Hey, before I let you go, do you have Jeff Stilson opening for you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, my
And he's
God, I love that
sitting right
guy.
next to me. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
my
let
God.
him know.
Please do. That guy, you want to talk about a dude who does not get his due. It's Jeff Stilson. Wow. Awesome.
Exactly. That's really. You want to talk to him?
Yes, very briefly.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
This is the guy interviewing me in Cleveland, and I'm sorry, I can't remember your name.
Alan.
And I should. Alan.
Yeah.
He said he asked if you were opening for me. And then he went on about how great you were, and now I'm going to put you on. And you're going to completely screw this up. All right, here's Jeff.
Hey, Alan.
Jeff, just very briefly, I heard that you were opening, and I'm a huge fan of yours, and I'm so pleased that you're on this show.
Lewis? Huge fan of mine. He's a huge fan of mine. That's a quote.
Yeah.
I'm quoting him.
There you go.
Okay.
And I'm nobody,
Right.
but I mean, I know what I like.
the opener.
Yeah. I do like the opener.
done.
Yeah. You know. Well,
That's kind of you.
of course.
Everyone's always kind of surprised when I come out.
It's a pleasant
So there will be-
surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right, good. Listen, I won't keep you guys any longer. Thank Lewis for us, and we'll see you guys next week, okay?
You got it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Lewis Black and Jeff Stilson are going to be doing MGM Northfield Park next Friday. I have one last pair of tickets for you if you want to go to that show next week. Be caller 10, 2 for Lewis Black out there, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard Bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter the